Hey, what's up everyone? John here from TestPrepInsight.com, and today I'm going to be doing a review of PrepScholar's SAT and ACT courses. We bought their dual SAT, ACT prep package and just finished reviewing it for the second time in 3 years and wanted to give you some updates and share our thoughts. And just as a heads up, since I'll just be covering the major highlights in this video and trying to keep things short, if you find you need some more detail at any point, you can always check out our full detailed written review of PrepScholar over on our website. An easy way to get there is just to Google Test Prep Insight PrepScholar Review. It's the quickest way to find it. Alright, so to keep this review video on the shorter side and more to the point, I'm just going to kind of explain how the PrepScholar course works and give you my commentary along the way about what I like and don't like. So, when you sign up for the PrepScholar course, whether you take the SAT course or ACT course or the combined package, the course starts you with a 1-hour diagnostic test to set your baseline. This exam is 60 questions and you have 60 minutes to complete it, which sounds intense and it is, but it goes by very fast and it's a very important part of the puzzle for PrepScholar. Because when you're done, PrepScholar's software does its thing to analyze your strengths and weaknesses and give you a grade across every major test topic. Then, based on your performance, their adaptive tech creates a custom study plan based on your current skill level. This is a very important point because as you move through the course, your study plan will consistently update and change to account for your improvements and regressions, so it shouldn't be taken lightly. And honestly, in my opinion, it's one of the greatest strengths of this course compared to others. It's very personalized and constantly updating rather than staying static, which we really like. But no matter what performance level you're at for each topic initially, each lesson assigned to you contains 3 components: learning, practice, and review. Each individual component takes about 20 minutes to complete, so together that makes each unit about an hour long. Altogether, PrepScholar says they provide more than 200 hours of content across these study units and practice tests, but again, based on your initial performance and diagnostic, you'll never see all 200 hours, only what's necessary based on your strengths and weaknesses. But in any event, let me quickly break down how those lessons work. For the learn portion of the unit, you get instruction on both content review and test-taking strategies. Most, but not all lessons include both a text lesson and a video lesson. There is always an interactive text-based lesson, but there isn't always a video lesson. And I think that's one of the biggest shortcomings of this course. The text lessons are good in their own right because they're really detailed and go to great lengths to clearly explain the subject, but in my opinion, they just aren't as good as the video lectures for comprehension and retention. If you or your son or daughter learn just fine via text, then these written lessons are fine because they're thorough and well explained, but the visual format of the video lessons just resonated better with us. The instructor verbalizes their lesson over on-screen slides that contain bullet points and practice problems, and they make notes directly on screen with a red pen to emphasize key points and show how to work practice questions. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not amazing production value like you get with Kaplan, but I personally found them to be better than the corresponding text lessons. That could just be my personal bias for video-based instruction over assigned reading, but I really do think this is where the value lies in PrepScholar's lesson work. And by the way, if you want to see some pictures and screenshots of what I'm talking about with these text versus video lessons, make sure to check out that full detailed written guide that I mentioned earlier. The link to that will be down below. But that's my thought process on the learn portion of PrepScholar's study units. The text lessons are good, but the video lessons are better, and I wish they were part of every learn unit, not just most of them. But anyway, after the learn portion of each unit, which again takes about 20 minutes to complete, you take a short quiz. These quizzes are generally made up of 10 to 20 realistic test questions and cover the material that you just learned about in the lesson. Obviously, the idea here is to practice and drive home what you just learned. And for the record, these questions are pulled from PrepScholar's bank of practice problems and will change if you retake a study unit later. That's another strength of this course. They have over 7,100 SAT practice questions and 4,300 ACT practice questions, which is more than just about every other prep provider in the space. Kaplan, Princeton Review, PrepExpert, and others. It is a ton of practice work. And by the way, speaking about those other companies, I do just want to quickly pause to talk about the cost of this course compared to those other companies. The standard PrepScholar on-demand course called Complete SAT or ACT Online Prep runs for just $397. And their live package with live classes, which obviously layers in some live instruction, costs roughly $900. For the self-paced on-demand course especially, this is a great value compared to those other big names. Those other companies charge at least a couple $100 more for each comparable package, so PrepScholar definitely has a pricing edge on them. Plus, I would just mention that PrepScholar is also pretty aggressive with sales and special promos, and you'll rarely pay full price. With PrepScholar, you can almost always find their course for $50 off, so make sure to check for discounts. In fact, I'll actually do my best to keep the description below updated with the most current discount and promo codes that I can find floating around out there, so make sure to check out that text below the video screen and maybe save yourself some dough if you decide to go with PrepScholar in the end. Anyway, circling back to the coursework, once you're done with your practice problem set, you then review all of the problems as the last component of the study unit. Each question has an accompanying text explanation which breaks the problem down, and you take a few minutes to review these for all of the problems that you just worked. Honestly, I was pretty impressed with the level of detail in these explanations. A lot of other SAT and ACT prep providers' explanations are just a couple sentences mentioning why the correct answer choice is correct, but the PrepScholar explanations are much more like mini lessons in themselves, which is really nice. But that's generally how the process goes until you work through all of the modules assigned to you, which again are constantly changing. It's a lot of hard work, but it also feels like it goes by really fast. And one other thing, after the first 8 lessons or so, PrepScholar will prompt you to take your first full-length practice test. This practice test is taken under exam-like conditions, and once you're done, you get a score report, which you can review. These practice tests are layered into your schedule periodically to help get you conditioned for the real thing and track your progress. In total, SAT students get access to 10 full-length exams, and ACT students get 6. And one other point on those score reports, if you want to visualize your progress directly, PrepScholar also provides some pretty awesome analytics under your progress tab. If you're a data-driven person, this will be a huge benefit. But that's sort of PrepScholar in a nutshell, so let's get to my final thoughts and verdict. But before I dive into that and forget, I should just mention that every single month here at Test Prep Insight, we actually give away a free prep course to one lucky person. Super simple to enter. Everyone out there is eligible. I'll put all the details down below in the description on how to get entered, but just know it takes like 10 seconds and hey, you never know, you could win a totally free prep course from PrepScholar. All right, my final thoughts. Is PrepScholar worth it? So all in all, I'm still pretty impressed with the design and execution of the PrepScholar SAT and ACT coursework. It hasn't changed a ton in the last year or two, just some minor content updates and upgrading their scheduling software, but it's still a rock solid course. When you combine their text and video lessons with the crazy quantity of practice material and the adaptive personalized schedule, it makes for a really effective combo. Plus at their price point, it's kind of hard to pass up compared to others. It's just a lot of value. So bottom line, we think the PrepScholar SAT and ACT coursework is well executed and should absolutely get the job done for most students. But anyway, that's all I've got for you. I hope this video has been helpful and you learned a little something about PrepScholar. If so, make sure to return the favor by subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and dropping me a quick comment below. That would be really appreciated. And again, if you want to see that full detailed written review of PrepScholar that I mentioned earlier in this video, just hop on over to our website. Again, that's testprepinsight.com, or check out the other videos we have on our YouTube channel. We got a bunch of great content out there. But as always, thanks for watching, best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one.